also wants a redefinition of the functions of the General Legal Counsel and to provide for reforms in legal education such that accredited faculties of law with the requisite facilities would be licensed to run professional law courses and provide for discipline of lawyers and related matters to give effect to Article 37(1) of the Constitution. The proposed amendment is coming at a time when some 499 first-degree holders of law who are alleged to have passed the Ghana School of Law entrance examinations have been denied admission. Parliament, by resolution on the 26th of last month, directed the General Legal Counsel to admit those who made the 50% mark.
A legal practitioner, Mr. Christian Malmhesi, told GBC News that Parliament cannot order the General Legal Counsel to admit the 499 students who are said to have made the 50% mark. For an amendment, he says, the right stakeholders must be engaged in accordance with the Constitution.
Parliament derives its authority from Article 93 all the way down to Article 1, 2, 3, and more particularly Article 106 is the clause that gives Parliament the holding authority to carry out legislative authority and its mandate. Parliament, in any way where it is concerned that there is a matter of national concern in the context of the Ghana School of Law situation, could direct the sector minister and reach out to Director of Legal Education to appear before it and to answer questions of concern. And that's it. A situation where Parliament is concerned about reformation of the industry, that's the Professional Legal Act. Parliament may decide to make amendments. While those things have not been done, Parliament does not have any binding authority to direct the affairs of General Legal Counsel or Board of Legal Education or Ghana School of Law in itself. The Attorney General responded with a letter and captured portions of the notices that were made public by the General Legal Counsel. And the notice of the Attorney General, there is the portion that mentions 50% or 50 plus 1 or anything of that sort. But it has become known that students must qualify based on 50% and beyond. Once you cannot see for sure that that was published, and as the right attorney general has also issued out a letter to Parliament saying that Parliament cannot or does not have the legal mandate to direct affairs, then capturing that particular publication to show that General Legal Counsel at no point in time printed out 50%, then it goes without to say that residents feel affected or persons who know the exams feel affected and they are afraid in the injury. They have recourse to court. It is not the ability of Parliament to seek to redress someone who has suffered an injury. Those persons should have access to the court. And in fact, they have not been fettered to access the court room. So the role of Parliament in this is unfounded. Where Parliament is minded of reform, Parliament could call for a broader stakeholder engagements and consultation to see how the legal education could be reformed for progression, but not the style and manner in which it is taken. Remember, we are a democracy, and constitutional bodies or legislative bodies are formed in order to carry out the legal mandate given them under the law. It is not a situation where one does not overlap the other will seek to have such overreaching powers, which does not exist. So consultation and broader stakeholder involvement is the way to go as far as this particular debacle is.
The Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, has developed software applications to address pertinent challenges undermining agricultural production in Ghana. Two of these applications are the CSIR Agritech Advisor, which establishes a direct linkage between crop farmers and researchers, while the CSIR Equiafo Boafo creates a platform for farmers to market their produce to prospective buyers. The director of the Institute for Scientific and Technological Information of the CSIR, Dr. Seth Mentiao, made it known at stakeholders meeting of the Research Extension Linkages Committee at Funisia in the Shanti region.
The meeting was organized by the Ashanti Region's Research Extension and Linkages Committee, RELC, at the Crops Research Institute at Funisia near Ejiso. It was to bring all the stakeholders in the agricultural value chain to evaluate agriculture production in the region in the past year. Their focus was on implementation and challenges, success and the future of the modernization of agriculture in Ghana, MAG program. The MAG program is a Canadian government-funded initiative that supports the Ministry of Food and Agriculture with logistics and cash, and also to enhance the relationship among players in the value chain from research through extension services. Giving an overview of agriculture production in the region last year, the Ashanti Regional Agri-Extension Officer, Mr. Gregory Oseibonsu, spoke about acute shortage of veterinary experts and inadequate agriculture extension agents. He also entreated farmers to accept that the fall armyworms have come to stay and should therefore be prepared to bear the entire cost of controlling the pest in the near future. The Ashanti Regional Director of Agriculture, Reverend John Mainu, appealed to government to sustain the gains made through the MAG program, which ends next year.
Fortunately for us, government has talked about Ghana Beyond 8, and we know agriculture is going to be part of the Ghana Beyond 8 support, so that the gains that we have chopped now will be sustained and we move ahead to another level.
Two of the farmers, Madam Olivia Ejewa of Asante Achimagogo, and a physically challenged farmer and cobbler, Mr. Ernest Kwekuriafe, gave testimonies about how the MAG program has improved their economic well-being. The director for the Institute of Scientific and Technological Information of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Dr. Seth Mentiao, disclosed that his outfit has developed 4 software applications, 2 of which are directly to close the gap between researchers and farmers for improved crops production and marketing.
One of the difficulties farmers face is that when they produce, getting market has been a big challenge. So what we have done is that we have created a platform where if you have something to market, you take a picture, you upload onto the platform, you provide your contact, then people go onto the platform. Then they'll contact you, go into negotiation and work out, arrangement towards buying.
The Asantehene Otumfuo Osei has appealed to private and public financial institutions to donate to the Otumfuo Education Foundation to ensure that the objective of the foundation is achieved. He has also commended institutions that have and continue to donate towards improving the lives of beneficiaries, particularly in the education and health sectors of the country. The Asantehene made the appeal at a Deba to mark Akwesi Day at the Menshia Palace in Kumasi.
Akwesi Day is a very important traditional and cultural calendar of the Akans, particularly the Asantes. It is celebrated once in every 40 days. The day is set aside for chiefs to visit the storehouse and pour libation as well as other rituals, both in private and public. Some chiefs also celebrated by sitting in state to be paid homage to by subjects. However, COVID-19 restrictions have compelled Menchia, the seat of the Asantehene, to celebrate the occasion indoors to restrict huge attendance both within and outside. The latest Akwesi Day celebration was unique because several financial institutions donated to Otumfuo Osei Foundation established to promote education and healthcare in Asante Man. Notably among them were ZPay, a Ghanaian-owned licensed mobile money company, Millennium Excellence Foundation, and Global Endowment Fund.
A Ghana company, Ayakasa no, Yediaba, Intime Ene, Yabana Nanchea, Yabase, Yediamobeche, Nana.
Taking her turn to donate to the foundation, the general manager of ZPay company, Dede Efriye Kwashi, said the company has been in existence for the past 7 years and has provided over 10,000 direct and indirect jobs for the youth.
We pride ourselves in the fact that we are a digital termination company who has been terminating or paying remittances or monies from overseas directly into our friends, our brothers, our sisters, mobile money wallets right here in Ghana.
Workers at the physiotherapy and nutrition departments of the Upper West Regional Hospital have resumed work after a week-long strike. Workers of the departments and other units were on strike, leaving some of their clients stranded last week. Suala Abdul Wahab has more.
Visited the Upper West Regional Hospital, which was the center of the strike in the region last week. And you remember when I went there, some units, the physiotherapy, the nutrition units were not functioning well. In fact, people waited for the workers to attend to them until we went there and met them and told them that they were on strike. But today the situation is different. We met some people at the physio department where the workers were attending to them. We also went to the nutrition unit. The workers were attending to women and their children. And we spoke with the medical director of the hospital, Dr. Robert Ansla, and he told us that the situation has come back to normal. People who were doing other work because of the strike are now doing what they are supposed to do, and those who were on strike too have reported, and so work is going on smoothly without challenges as it happened last week. Indeed, I did interact with some of the patients, and they told me that when they came to the facility last week, even access to water was a problem, because those who provide this water to both inpatients and outpatients were not there, and that alone for them is satisfactory. But what they are praying for is that government needs to come to an amicable settlement with the Health Services Workers Union, so that they will not resort to strike anytime soon, because they want to continue enjoying health care smoothly without interruption.
A clarion call has gone to the government to inject some life into the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, to enable it to continue to deliver on its mandate of attaining universal health coverage in Ghana. The call was made when about 360 health service administrators across the country met in Kumasi at the 45th Annual General Conference of the Association of Health Service Administrators of Ghana.
In Ghana, health service administrators have always remained the lifeline of the country's health facilities, ensuring that basic health services are provided for the people and in a timely manner. To ensure that they remain relevant in the achievement of their aims, the National Executive Council of the Association of Health Service Administrators of Ghana organizes annual professional development programs which run concurrently with its annual conferences, themed effective management of support services during the pandemic, the role of health service administrators. This year's conference brought together about 360 health service administrators across the country. President of the Association of Health Service Administrators, Mr. Fred Ifayeboa, said the critical role the NHIS plays towards attaining universal health coverage in Ghana makes it imperative for the scheme to be sustained.
There is a need for a paradigm shift
from the current over-dominance and bossy stance of the National Health Insurance Authority to a regime where an autonomous arbitration body will stand between the NHIA and providers. There's also the urgent need to institute and make practical a reasonable and attractive rural incentive to ensure the redistribution of health professionals across the country.
The Ashanti Regional Health Director, Dr. Emmanuel Tinkran, called for the provision of support services by health service administrators to make clinical care responsive to the needs of the people, to reduce morbidity and mortality rates, especially in this COVID period. The Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumabwaji, called on Ghanaians to continue guarding against COVID-19.
Today, in a special report, we look at an extra financial burden put on patients at government hospitals. A good number of government hospitals in Accra now charge patients 50 pesos for the use of washrooms.
The Leja Kuku Krowo Municipal Assembly Hospital is one of the public health facilities where a fee of 50 pesos is charged for the use of the urinal. Some patients compare the cost of seeking health care at government hospitals now to that of visiting a private hospital. The situation at the police hospital in Accra is not different. Some patients have certain challenges and use the urinal more frequently. These group of patients end up paying more.
Those people who take care of the urinal are being paid. So it's a government mission. I don't think even private institutions don't do that. Yes, so for that without looking, I think I will.
Daniel is not happy about the attitude of some nurses.
Some $300 billion in revenue generated annually by blue economy in Africa has justified a call for the protection of water bodies, especially the ocean. At a stakeholders engagement in Accra, experts estimated that this figure has the potential to reach about $500 billion by the end of the year. By the end of the century. Blue economy refers to the sustainable use of ocean resources for economic growth, improved livelihoods and jobs, while preserving the health of ocean ecosystem.
The ocean covers more than 70% of the world's total surface and contains about 97% of all its water. The world's ocean provides so many benefits that help individuals and communities to survive. However, for decades, this natural resource with its huge economic impact has come under severe threats from human activities. A chief director at the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Mrs. Cynthia Asari Bediako, has therefore called for a new policy in order to harness the full potential of the blue economy.
We share in the African Union's belief that blue economy has a great potential of turning Africa's fortunes around if sustainably managed or harnessed. It is reported that on the whole, Africa's blue economy generates close to $300 billion and is expected to increase beyond $500 billion by the turn of the century.
In formulating implementable policy to deal with the situation, the Global Monitoring for Environment and Security, GMES, an initiative of the European Union and the European Space Station, has been developed to provide sustainable, reliable and timely services relating to environmental and security issues. In West Africa, 13 countries are currently implementing the project, and come December 2021, Ghana will be wrapping up on the first phase of the project.
And as we are really working together as African, under the leadership of the head of states, we need to look at anything that could really better the lives of Africans, and ocean is one of those elements.
The project manager of the GMS in Ghana, Professor George Riafi, says the first part of the project implementation has been successful, particularly with the development of an app that provided fishermen with real-time weather forecasts even before they went to sea.
We do advise the decision makers with this information that we have about projecting into the future the changes in the land use, and then they are able to put in the proper policies and then enforce them.
According to Professor Riafi, the second phase will focus on activities on oil spillage, proper auditing of vessels on Ghana's high seas, among others. Reporting for GBC News, Gifty J, Accra.
Nature presents us with an amazing variety of waterfalls in Ghana and in Dodowa, a town located in the Greater Accra region, the district capital of Shai Osudoku district in the Chenku Waterfalls, the only waterfall in the region. Chenku Waterfall is a tourist attraction and an outdoor recreation place situated deep in the Dodowa forest, also in the Shai Osudoku district. Also known as the Wura Falls, this beautiful waterfall drops from a height of about 250 feet, running on stratified rocks into a cool, clean and clear pool. We are taking you on a trip to the Chenku Waterfalls on our Tour Ghana series today.
It will take you about 45 minutes to trek from the Dodowa Junction to the Chenku Waterfall. The first tourist attraction site at the edge of the Dodowa Junction to the left is the Dodowa Forest, which was the battlefield of the Katamanso War in 1826. On the right is the giant baobab tree with bullet marks, which the elders say existed long before the Katamanso War. From oral history, after the Gadangmes defeated the Ashantis in the Dodowa Forest, the warlords fired the remaining bullets in their barreled guns into the tree, and this is what accounts for the bullet marks. Their actions were resolved never to go into war with any ethnic group or clan due to the huge numbers of lives lost in the Katamanso War. Trekking to the Chenku Waterfall, we passed by the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs, which was built by Governor Sir Gagisberg. Another interesting thing we came across is this piece of stone near the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs known as the Mystery Stone. It has some historical significance, but for now, we trek on to Chenku. Deep in the forest, we came across the massive encroachment on this vegetation cover, the Dodowa Forest. Despite warnings from the Shai Osudoku District Assembly on their buildings, various houses right in the forest are at different stages of completion. Some are even completed and inhabited. Like most waterfalls and tourist sites, the road network to the waterfall is a disincentive to visitors. Little is known about the Chenku Waterfall due to the lack of proper maintenance of the site and the road network to the location. This wooden bridge over a stream in the forest, which takes its source from the waterfall, is in bad shape. Some motor riders, popularly called Okada riders, have pitched camp in the forest to offer a ride, of course, at a fee to those whose feet give up on them. After about 30 minutes hike in the forest, you will behold the beautiful Chenku Waterfall, which drops from a height of about 250 feet, running on stratified rocks. It settles into a cool, clean and clear pool. The Chenku waterfall is named after the Chenku god, which is a god of love, and the shrine is located in Obosomasi in the eastern region.
Papa ke mami kan ba bi ene 52 years ni wo ba do do ade o je teshin wo ba fante do jimi sin wo ba anu kwale.
I settled here in Dodowa with my parents more than 50 years ago. This place used to be a thick forest and also a secret place, so you hardly found people around.
It is interesting to note that the trekking route of the waterfall is from Obosomasi. The surrounding was once sacred, and people were not allowed in on Wednesdays, as it was the day that snakes are believed to come out of their hideouts. Water, they say, is life. Mr. Otu says the water from this fall serves as drinking water for many in the area. Others also use it for spiritual purposes. For those who know this hidden waterfall, it serves as a venue for a lot of events, including shooting of music videos.
You're watching Izawa Live on GBC News. Time to take a quick break. We'll be back shortly with the business segment. Please do stay.
"2021, the journey to our centenary has been amazingly worthy. Azar Group is 100 years and continues to achieve greatness."
Main brands which were in the company are Azar Tex, which is an emulsion paint, texture paints, which we were the first people to produce it in Ghana, and Azar Gloss, which is oil paint. We were the first people to produce the carpenter's glue. Now we have new products like
Good evening, Monday. Welcome to Business, brought to you by MTN. MTN is everywhere you go. In our very first story, global oil giant Total Energies has launched the third edition of its Total Startup Challenge of the Year in Accra. The initiative, which runs in 55 countries worldwide, supports business ideas and projects that address unemployment in participating countries.
Total Energy's Start-Upper Challenge was first launched in 2015 and now runs in 32 African countries. Top 3 entrepreneurs from each participating country receives financial support, publicity and coaching to actualize their project, while 6 grand regional winners are offered additional support. Total Energies introduced the top female entrepreneur category in the second edition to encourage more women participation. Eunice Mariana Chloe's Bidigreen project, involved in charcoal production from crop waste, emerged first in the second edition. Joshua Ayimbora's agribusiness project won the maiden edition and was supported to cultivate fruits and vegetables in the eastern region. The third edition of the challenge has been launched in Accra with a total of 210,000 cedis available for the 3 winners to implement their projects.
As a responsible company, we seek to offer solutions to the many challenges in our societies. Our aim is to contribute towards employment in the country through the Start-Upper Challenge and other initiatives like the Total Young Graduates Program, which is a career development and empowerment program aimed at building and equipping the newly graduated youth with skills through global exposure and practical experience.
The French ambassador to Ghana, Madame Annie-Sophie Ave, expressed the willingness of French investors to support viable business projects to be actualized.
The way French companies invest in Africa is not only bring capital, know-how, products, and then do business. It's much more than that. They blend into the local economy. They want to bring something to the communities because, in Ghana they can find highly skilled people, and they also need this insight from local people to help them thrive, grow, and become successful companies here in Ghana. So it's a win-win situation that most French companies have very well understood.
Winners across the Best Business Creation Project, Best Startup Under 3 Years and Best Female Entrepreneur categories will receive 70,000 cedi cash prize each. The call for projects to participate in the challenge would be open from November 4 to December 23, 2021.
And also in business, Ghana's premier technical institute, Aswanse Technical, is moving technical education online in a bid to promote off-campus learning and expand the reach of tuition. The shift has become necessary with a surge in enrollment into technical schools. The school, among 10 others, supported by the ILO's Scale-Up project, has thus trained 102 out of the 108 teachers to deliver tuition online. The role of technical and vocational education in propelling the Ghanaian economy and addressing youth unemployment has come to the fore. COVID-19, perhaps, has more than ever before placed emphasis on practical skills and the reliance on same domestically. Government in the last couple of years is therefore refocusing on technical education with the introduction of free tuition, retooling of technical institutes, and attitudinal change campaigns. In the broader framework of government's digitalization agenda, the ILO Scale-Up project is supporting 10 technical institutes to move teaching online. The Swansea Technical Institute, according to implementers of the project, is so far leading the way in the digitalization of things. The school has so far trained 102 of its 108 teachers ready to deliver the training to students.
When we were struck by COVID-19, we felt that there's a need for us to think outside the box, to do things differently. So we asked ourselves, how do we do teaching and learning even amidst the COVID-19? So we were fortunate to have a program being mounted by ITC-ILO on e-learning. So that is digitizing TVET training. So we actually sponsored 10 participants from Ghana, drawn from 10 technical institutes to participate in learning. Now when they came back, we want to see the results of the training, because the key thing is that when they are done, they should be able to impact onto other members of staff.
The school will need improved ICT infrastructure if the project is to achieve the desired results. The coordinator of Occupational Standards, Curriculum and Certification at the TVET Commission, Mr. Theophilus Tete Zobla, gave assurance that government is keen on investing more in the training institutions to get the needed equipment.
Government investing in it former days was a bit of a problem, but now they have realized that the way to go is TVET. To solve the unemployment of the youth is TVET. So what more can we do? We have to pay attention to TVET and invest hugely into TVET.
Moving forward, the ILO, working through the TVET Commission, will support the Swansea Technical Institute to develop guidelines for the replication of the training in other technical institutes. Skill Up Ghana is a project funded by the Norwegian Agency for Development Corporation and executed by the ILO. That was business brought to you by MTN. MTN is everywhere you go.
2021. The journey to our centenary has been amazingly worthy. Azar Group is 100 years and continues to achieve greatness.
Main brands which were in the company are Azar Tex, which is an emulsion paint, texture paints, which we were the first people to produce it in Ghana, and Azar Gloss, which is oil paint.